about it this time. Hey Berlinski, it's great to see you again in person. We missed seeing you and your family around our ballpark last year.
It's great to see you in person as well. It was a tough year, but we're excited to see some baseball again and enjoy some summer nights with the Reds like years past.
Yeah, we're excited to start back up. We miss those summer nights and our fans as well. We miss baseball being played in People's Bank Park, and we really look forward to the season starting up. So hopefully we can get you some tickets today to get you back into our stadium for the summer.
Sounds awesome. I mean, like I said, I'm excited to get into the ballpark. This summer really didn't feel like the same without some live baseball to go see.
Great. Last time we saw each other, you were a part of our 10-game membership. If you can think back to 2019 when you first got the membership, what made you want to join our membership?
Well, my two sons started up in Little League that year, and I wanted to be able to spend some quality time with them while also teaching them the game of baseball. The Orioles are just too expensive for me, and you guys are a great organization, so being able to have them come to the ballpark and learn baseball from our team is really nice.
Yeah, I can understand that completely. How are your sons enjoying the game? Did they get to play all last year, or have they played since COVID started?
They love it. They both had their seasons canceled in the spring and the summer, but they got to play a little bit in the fall and after the last spring game this week.
That's awesome. That's great to hear. You know, I'd love to add some more nights of baseball to their summer as well as your summer. I know when my season ended when I was a kid, I used to hate it, but going around to see baseball games with my dad, I used to kind of get that itch scratched a little bit for baseball for me. So just being around the game helped when I couldn't play. So tell me what you think your son's favorite part about a night out watching a game with us is.
They really enjoy a lot of different things, and they seem to want to try something new every time we come, whether it's new food, new places to sit, new special event that you guys have. The one thing they always love is the opportunity to see the players up close and talk to them and also get autographs from them. They really look up to your players, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, no, that's awesome to hear. We have some really good guys. On this year's team, we have some new faces, some old faces. It's really a good combination. So maybe a couple of your son's favorite players you might get to see again, talk to again. I'm sure it's been a while since he's gotten to see them. And there's going to be some new guys that he could go get an autograph from, go take pictures with, and just have a conversation with. So do you think that when you did get to meet the players or be down by the field, was it kind of easy access to them, or do you feel like you had to really struggle to be able to take that picture or have that conversation with a player in your son?
It was never really a struggle. We always felt like we could get close to the action. However, with just 10 games we were playing, it felt like we had to come early or stay late because of the limited amount of times we were in the stadium. We really want to get the full experience this year and become one of the Revs' top fans.
Yeah, that's completely understandable. I think working with a plan that involves more games would help you fit in everything you want to do at our stadium without feeling rushed or feeling like you have to fly from one place to another just to get to everything that you want to do. So when you do come to our stadium, can you walk me through a night coming to a ballpark with your kids and just kind of what that looks like from the time you get to our stadium until the time you leave?
We usually show up about an hour and a half before the game, and between parking and getting into the stadium, we have a little bit of over an hour before the game starts. We then take a little walk around the promotional tents to see if there are any games for prizes for them to play. Then we usually get some food and take in some live music if there is any happening prior to the game. We then make it to our seats about 20-30 minutes before the game starts because most of the boys love to see the players go through their last minute warm-ups and sprints. Occasionally, we will walk down towards the bullpen to see the warm-ups because they are truly fascinated by how fast the pitchers throw. After the game, we usually stay if there's any fireworks or post-game events that my kids can participate in.
Yeah, that sounds like a great time. We have a lot of stuff to offer, whether it's pre-game, post-game, even during the game, with our on-field stuff that a lot of fans do enjoy, but we do want to make sure that they have time to be able to do everything they want to do. So I know you would come with your wife quite often. Is she going to be joining us as well this year?
She actually got a new job recently, so her work schedule has changed. She still wants to make it to some of the games, but isn't sure until the week of the game which game will she be able to make. I want her to be able to come to the games with us and still be able to sit with us, even though she's not of the full membership.
Okay, yeah, no, that's no problem at all. Don't worry about that. We have a few great offers that can help work her into your package. What do you say we dive into what I believe would be a great fit for you and your family?
That sounds good. I've looked over the packages already, so I'm pretty familiar with them. Just not sure which would be best for me.
Great, great. So I'm glad you're familiar with all the options, as it'll help you kind of highlight the key differences between them that maybe might help your decision to join it. Based on our conversation and your previous experience with us, I would recommend the full season membership for you as well as your two sons. With this package, you're going to get tickets to all of our home games. So obviously you'll get all access to any special promo nights we have, whether it's theme nights, whether it's giveaways. You'll be there for all of those. You'll have tickets to all of them, so you'll get anything that we offer, you have access to. And as you mentioned about a little bit of, you don't feel like you have enough time to get around our stadium, especially before the game, when there's so much going on and so much to see and so much to take in. But the benefit of the full season membership is that whatever the gate time is for when the gates open to our stadium, a full season member, it'll open 15 minutes earlier for them. So you'll get what basically feels like an empty stadium with all of these events going on, where you can just go around and see it before just the general public can come in and come to their seats and get in line. So whether it's food you want to try, or maybe a contest you want to participate in, or a game that maybe your son wants to play, you'll be able to do all of that with a lot less people being, kind of crowded around, stuff like that. You'll get special access to any events that we have in season and out of season. So now your full membership isn't just for these 70 home games, 75 home games, they're for the entire year round. So you're really getting a lot more bang for your buck. So lastly, it would work perfectly with wanting to see kind of different parts of the ballpark as well, as you mentioned, because you can exchange your tickets for an equal value ticket up until 24 hours before the game. So you get to see if your package is on the third baseline and you wanted to sit down the first baseline kind of towards the outfield, you could do that, and you can exchange that. So with all that being said, how does that sound to you?
No, I like everything that we just mentioned. I like everything that comes in that package. It sounds like it would fit our needs for the season, but unfortunately with COVID and our schedules, I'm not sure every game would be feasible for us right now. And also, I mentioned my wife earlier, she would want to be able to come to the games with us. How would that look like for her?
Yeah, so I completely understand, and I'm glad you asked that. We know schedules and money may be tight for many right now, so a similar package we offer is our half-season membership. That includes all the same benefits that I mentioned with the full season package, minus, of course, half the home games. This would equal out to 35 home games, where you would save a third of the ticket cost as if you just bought single game tickets and came to 35 games through the course of the summer. So with this package, you get a discount on additional tickets to any game that you want throughout the whole season. So that would allow your wife to come whenever works best for her work schedule. And in my personal opinion, I would register her for the 10-game package because that would work best, where she doesn't have to worry about buying tickets a day of the game, doesn't have to do that, and she can pick and choose what 10 games she wants. And with the flexibility of it, it's something that I mentioned with the last one, with the ticket swap, that she can, as long as she gives 24 hours notice, or even if she does miss the game, she could swap out her tickets for another seat. Even if she misses it, she could get lawn tickets for another game and still be able to come with your family during the package.
Okay.
And really the best part about this is, I know you're worried about money, a lot of people are with COVID, but the great thing is we offer at the Revs a payment plan for the entire summer for your package, because we know things are tight right now and we just want things to get back to normal. We want our fans back in the stadium, but we don't want to set them back just to come to our stadium.
Yeah, I like everything that you mentioned. The cost is the only thing that's troubling me, because it's a little bit too much, especially because of COVID. I would love to be able to spend every night at the stadium, but I just feel like it's not in my family or my best interest to spend that kind of money on tickets right now.
Yeah, no, I know it's been such a tough year for so many people, and even us at the Revs alike. So that's why we're really working and pushing on these payment plans, and we'll be able to work with you to help set up what'll be most beneficial for you. That way we're not putting you in a bad spot, and you can just still come and create memories with your sons and enjoy the game of baseball, expose them to the game of baseball while not paying over top dollar, as you mentioned you might have to do with the Orioles.
Yeah, I certainly appreciate that idea. But even still, it may be too much of our son's baseball schedule because if things change because of the rain or a cancel of the practice or games, we may not be able to attend the games. I would hate to make a commitment and not be able to go and waste the money that was spent on tickets. This would make it difficult for me to commit to such a big package, even though we want to spend more than 10 nights at the park this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I know life gets busy sometimes and things happen and you really have to adjust on the fly sometimes. But with this ticket exchange, the way that it works is that if you knew something was coming up, all you have to do is contact us and say, hey, I want to switch the game. I'm supposed to come Friday and we're going to come Sunday now instead, and you're good. You just have 35 tickets. So whether it's the original 35 that you planned for in the beginning of the season, or it's a little bit of shuffling along the way, you'll get your 35 home games. I mentioned it a minute ago a little bit that even if you do miss a game, if something happens, a rain out with your son's baseball got rescheduled and all of a sudden you missed a Revs game, you'll still be able to turn in that unused ticket at a later date in the season, where you'll be able to get lawn seats, so it won't be where your original seat was, but you still get to come to the game, and obviously you still have access to everything else that goes on the day of the game. So all of those special promos, events that you mentioned that you love to go to.
Okay, I really like the element of this package. The parent plan is a great thing, and I'm glad you guys have that because I was worried I would be asked to buy a large total for the plan today. I'm glad there seems to be flexibility and savings that would make the package worth looking at. I want to talk about my wife because in the ticket plan, I would like to include her as well because I'm not sure what is best for her. However, I agree that the half-season membership would be great for my son and I, and we could use some fun nights out in the park this year.
Yeah. That's awesome. We're really thrilled that you'll be able to get to see more baseball. We'll get to see more of you and your family around our ballpark, and you'll get all the special events with the packages. We'll get to see you a lot more. You'll get to see us, and you'll really get to become one of our best dedicated Revs fans that we really love so much. So we hope to see your wife as well, as I do caution that our 10-game plans do go fast. So I would say that it's probably best to talk to her sooner rather than later, just because I don't want her to miss out on what I think is probably the best deal for your entire family.
Yeah, I'm certain. I wouldn't want her to miss out on that either. I will talk to her about the plan when she gets home from work today. Before I buy the dog, am I going to be buying tickets for the same seats all year, or would I be able to change it?
Yeah, so when you purchase this package, when you get the half-season plan, whatever seats you select based on availability, those are going to be your seats for the 35 tickets that you get. Again, it'll be 3 of 35 games, but those will be your seats for all 35. But with that program, where you can, as long as you give 24 hours notice, that you can exchange them, as if you wanted to sit at another part of the ballpark that's similar as far as equal value, so you couldn't go from kind of a top row area down to right along the field. But if you wanted to go from the middle of a section on the first base line to the middle of a section on the third base side, that'd be perfectly fine.
Okay, that's good to know. I like being able to know what seats I'm picking for the season, as it feels more personal, but still having the flexibility to move around the park if we want. The unused ticket policy is really nice to know as well, that even if you miss a game, you can still use the ticket later, just in a different area of the park. So what are the next steps in being able to register for the membership?
Yeah, so once I get a few signatures from you, your seats will be reserved, and I can hook you up with a member of our ticketing department who can really work out the details for your payment plan, so we can figure all of that out once we get the agreement. So this is just the contract agreement that I'm going to have you sign for all of our policies, saying that you and your 2 sons, you're going to get 3 half-season packages. So if you just sign here for me. All right. Looks great. And so now that you've agreed to all of our policies, do you know where you want to sit with us this year?
I think I would like to sit somewhere behind the dugout if that's possible.
Okay, yeah, I can look for the availability. This is a popular section, and it looks like we do have some seats available, but they'll be in the 12th row. Is that okay?
That's completely fine. My son's I would prefer an aisle seat because my son's like to get up and move.
Yeah.
If that's okay.
Yeah, no, I get it. kids love to move around.
Yeah.
It's tough to sit still through a 9-inning baseball game, but I can give you actually 3 aisle seats in row 14, so you'll be two more rows up, but you'll get those 3 aisle seats.
I will take those.
Okay, great. So it looks like everything on my end looks good. I can process that today, and opening day is right around the corner. And I really hope you're excited as we are for a great season. Is there anything else that I can help you with?
No, I think that's all we needed. We covered everything that we wanted this season for